Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host, AR the Ohio Patriot. And for today's episode, we're going to talk about RINO Joe Blystone being fined for $105,000 and basically getting kicked out of the ability to run for elected office for at least the next 5 years, which in reality, the dude should be in jail right now, legitimately. He should be sitting in an Ohio prison for a long fucking time right now, dude. Obviously, we're going to go ahead and grab the article up here. And we're going to talk about who exactly Joe Blystone is. So, for those who don't know who Joe Blystone is, Joe Blystone was the RINO fucking fraud sack of shit, fake cowboy, asshole, fake constitutionalist, douchebag, who said I was not a viable candidate in the 2020 election cycle when I was running for governor in 2020. And that's why he jumped in the race. But yet he himself is now having to pay a six-figure fine, potentially to look at time in jail right now, and a few other things because he did all kinds of shady shit in his campaign. Which, by the way, he also stole a bunch of money from PPP loans. So did his first lieutenant governor pick, Joanna Swollen. It's why they should both be in prison right now, honestly. Then he went and picked some guy named Jeremiah Workman, who wasn't even in Ohio when he was some fucking ass clown from Washington, D.C. that was a fucking fake ass merc motherfucker who actually killed some people on base as a, what do you call those people? The drill instructors for the military. He actually he worked two young guys to death, is what it was there. And yeah, they're all a bunch of fucking scumbags, dude, entirely. And Blystone's the biggest piece of shit of all of them. And what pisses me off the most, honestly, is I was actually on Facebook last night, and I was trying to see if there's anything from Blystone out there. This fucking guy, I cannot believe that people are so fucking brain dead, retarded morons at this point, dude, that they are still willing to back that fucking ass clown at this point, dude. And there are people out there that are doing that right now. There are people all over that guy's Facebook page that are like, "Oh, how can we help you? How can we stop DeWine's tyranny against you?" It's not even fucking tyranny, you morons. The guy literally committed a bunch of fucking crimes while he was running for governor, and it's why he's in the position that he's in right now, honestly, dude. Seriously. And it's not even DeWine had nothing to do with it at all, man. It was a bunch of Blystone ex-campaign staffers, dude, that fucking called the feds on him and stuff like that. Called the fucking finance committees and stuff like that on his ass is what it was. Because he was doing all kinds of shady shit is what it is, dude. And like I said, not to mention he also did a bunch of other shady shit back in the day. The guy apparently ran a farm, as far as I'm aware, because I was talking about this before on this channel when I used to be back in the day when we used to have a different name here, and before everything had to fall out over the summer and stuff like that. But yeah, we had talked about him on the channel before in videos that are no longer on the channel, where it was all kinds of crimes that Blystone had done over the years, dude. It was him, falsely putting an LLC in place like 10 years after he claimed he did. It was him basically doing all kinds of shady shit during lockdowns and stuff like that, and then claiming to be anti-mask and everything else like that when the actual business that he owned next to the so-called Blystone Farms was actually requiring masks to get in there and eat and stuff like that. And it's like just all kinds of fucking hypocritical bullshit is what it was, dude. Like the guy was just a two-faced scumbag sack of shit, and he still is for that matter, by the way, to this day. And that's the entire point of the whole thing, dude. Not to mention Joe Blystone's a fucking out and about racist for that matter. And I'll say that legitimately right now, dude, because or if he's not, his fucking fan base is for that matter. Because we have there was video evidence from 2 years ago when he actually had people, and this is so basically where Stark County is right here where I'm at right now. This is back when Joanna Swollen was still running as lieutenant governor. She owns a place, or at least she did at the time, in Canton, Ohio, specifically in Belton Village area, called Mulligan's Pub. And there was a event going on across the road from that place where you had people out there fucking waving around all kinds of Confederate flags and like basically Nazi shit as well on that one, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure there actually was like a fucking like swastika flag out there that day. And there's definitely video evidence people just waving around all kinds of Confederate flags and stuff like that, which, me personally, I know people say things differently on that one. I know the weird thing about the Confederate flag in general was, though, is that when you look into the history of that thing in general and then how it's been, a quote unquote white hate symbol and stuff like that nowadays, it basically goes back to Dylan Roof and his atrocity he did in that black church back in the day. Before that, it wasn't really, people were like, whatever about it is what it was. Like some people had obviously, against it because of intentions and stuff from the Civil War and shit. Other people were opposite of that and stuff like that. And we're like, no, it's a battle flag and stuff. And it's, it's whatever. It's a historical flag is what it is, in my opinion, honestly, dude. And if people want to fucking wave it, that's on them. If they want to be, if they're going to sit there and be called racist, like maybe they are, who the fuck knows, And the entire thing of it is that the point of the matter is you did not have Blystone come out and be like, yeah, we know people were doing this shit. We're like totally against that. Like, we're not cool with that or whatever the case be. No, he made no fucking comment at all, dude. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he either supports it or didn't give a shit about it, is what it is. One of the two. But either way, the guy's a fucking asshole, is what it is on that one, dude. And then, of course, there was also other shit that mainstream media was trying to do with his campaigns. You have people doing like jab stuff or whatever. And it was basically like a bunch of needles forming a swastika. And they were like, are you going to talk about this? And he's like, no, I'm not going to talk about it. And it's like, well, maybe you fucking should, dude. Like, maybe you should actually be like, no, I'm not okay with how these people fucking did this stupid fucking sign behind me at my campaign event is what it is. Fuck, man. Seriously, you got to get ahead of that shit, bro. And honestly, I'll personally blame Joe Blystone right now for why DeWine's governor currently, because had it not been for Blystone's bitch ass being in the fucking primary, you would have had Jim Renacci easily beat Mike DeWine with the 22% that Blystone yanked off the fucking shit is what it was, dude. And that's my biggest problem with the whole thing right now. Because Blystone's a sack of fucking shit, dude. Entirely. But anyway, going back to read this article here. It said, Joe Blystone, who unsuccessfully challenged Governor Mike DeWine in the Republican primary last May, will part with $180,000 in campaign funds and not be able to run for office for 5 years as part of a settlement with the state elections complaint. Under a deal Blystone reached Thursday with the Ohio Elections Commission, Blystone admitted he improperly documented thousands of dollars in cash contributions to his campaign, among other campaign finance violations. Yeah, not surprising, dude. Sarah Chambers, who worked for Blystone at one point, who was I think she was a campaign manager for him, or she was like some like top 8 or something like that in his campaign. I'm not sure which one it was. But basically, she had come out and was like, yeah, there was campaign events that we went to in like these various like small counties and stuff like that down in the rural part of Ohio, like Wynette County and stuff like that is what it was, dude. Or wait, is Wynette down or up? I'm not sure. I can't remember now. Let me grab the thing real quick here, because it should be on our map to show us exactly what we're looking at right now. No, it would have been like Pike or Gallia County or something like that. Yeah, Wynette's way up the top, if I'm not mistaken here. But yeah, it would have been where are we at now? Trying to grab the map here so I can show you guys what I'm talking about here on the Ohio map right now. So it would have been going to the map here. It would have been one of these green counties down here, or like the yellow one right there, Pike, or like Scioto or something like that is what it would have been where they were at the time. But apparently what you had some dude hand Blystone like a couple $100 cash that was like crisp $100 bills or whatever. And he took him and put him in like a hat or something like that he had with him, which was like his cowboy hat or whatever at the time. And then basically, apparently, supposedly, like after the event finished up or whatever, the person that handed those to him was like a buddy of his. And he just handed the cash right back to the guy. So it was basically just a political stunt is what it was, dude. And it's all kinds of shit like that, dude. It's like stuff you can't actually legally do is what it is, because you're breaking campaign finance laws and stuff is what it ends up being. And that's the problem when you're a first-term candidate and you don't have a staff that actually can tell you that kind of stuff, or you're just a fucking idiot is what it is, which I think is exactly what Blystone is at this point, dude. He's just a jackass who is trying to fucking... I think, honestly, and I'm going to be serious about this right now. I'm going to put out a theory right now, dude. I believe truthfully 100% that with the amount of crimes that Joe Blystone has committed over the past 20 years in the state of Ohio, I believe he was trying to run for governor, to become governor, so that he could basically pardon himself from being federally indicted is what it was, dude. Or at least state indicted various crimes for, felonies and stuff like that is what it was. So he could basically expunge his own record is what it was then, dude. And I could be totally wrong about that one, but just from what I've seen and heard in the past and stuff like that, and other people basically gather a bunch of information out there that I found and stuff, dude, I feel like this is exactly what he's doing, honestly. And it makes sense to me, logically speaking, that you would have him basically take this plea deal is what it is, so that he wouldn't have shit probed into further, because I guarantee if they probed into it further, he'd be looking at criminal charges at this point, dude, for multiple felonies, and probably be doing 25 to life at this point, honestly, dude, or at least 15 to 20 years anyway in prison. But anyway, oops, wrong. Sorry, went to the wrong thing here. Going back to the article here though about Blystone's bitch ass. We're also going to talk about the speakers vote here in a few minutes as well for today, because I had a bunch more on those ones. But yeah, it said, yeah, Blystone campaign, pay $180,000 campaign contribution funds. He agreed to pay a $105,000 fine to the Elections Commission within the next 30 days, pay $75,000 in escrow to Delaware County, where a related civil lawsuit is playing out, to pay any lawyer fees and potential future order damages associated with the case. Like the fine, the escrow money will come from Blystone's campaign funds, which really, what pisses me off about this whole thing, honestly, dude. So you're talking about $180,000 in campaign funds. So basically what he's doing is the money that every Ohioan gave this cocksucker as a supposed grassroots candidate is now being given to the Ohio Elections Commission and to some random escrow thing for a potential future lawsuit is what it is, dude. I'd be fucking pissed if I handed this guy a dime right now, dude. Like, that's fucking bullshit entirely, man. That money should go straight back to the American people here in the state of Ohio is what it is, dude. Maybe that's what the 105 grand will get to, honestly. It'll go back to everybody that actually give this motherfucker like $5 or $1 or whatever it was, dude, to his campaign. I hope that's what happens, honestly. Anyway, besides that, Blystone has to terminate his state campaign committee, the Friends of Joe Blystone, and not run for elected office for the next 5 years, which should be life at this point, honestly. I'm saying it like it is. So the agreement settles 3 complaints, including one filed by former Blystone campaign worker Sarah Chambers, and from Ohio Republican Secretary of State Frank LaRose, quote unquote, a far-right first-time candidate, which, by the way, let's talk about that man, dude. Blystone was never fucking far-right. Blystone was literally a middle-of-the-road motherfucking milquetoast asshole who wanted to sit there and play the fucking politics game and be like, oh, I can be the outsider candidate. I can say whatever the fuck I need to say to get elected, and these dumb motherfucking hicks down here are going to elect me because I'm a fucking piece of shit, basically. And that's exactly what he is, dude. He's a fucking piece of shit, fake-ass cowboy, fucking literal scumbag fucking cunt, honestly. He's a fucking fuckknuckle, dude, seriously. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the dude is such a fucking phony. And people want to sit here and act like Blystone is some hot shit motherfucker. He's not, dude. He's an asshole. He's a fucking piece of crap entirely. And what pisses me off, honestly, personally, is him saying, oh, I got into the Ohio governor's race. There's no viable candidates. Well, I was literally running, by the way, at the time. I was a fucking viable candidate. Had I had $1 million plus war chest, I would have been a fucking viable candidate, dude, 100%. I did not have that kind of money, and that's why I got out of the fucking race not long after that is what it was, dude. When Renacci specifically jumped in. Because I was like, there's no reason for me to be here anymore. You know? And that's really what I was trying to do anyway. I was trying to get somebody who was going to actually be in there to fucking primary DeWine's ass is what it was, dude. And when Renacci jumped in as an actual no name, I was like, fuck this. There was no reason for me to be here anymore kind of thing is what it was, dude. And that's why I was going to run for run against Kirk Shearing for a state senator seat. And unfortunately, I got so fucking, shadow banned and tech censorshiped by various, Facebook and Twitter and everything else like that, platforms. I was never able to get a campaign off the ground. And it's bullshit entirely. And that's the problem. And that's exactly why I'm going after the Ohio General Assembly right now and being like, do your fucking jobs and start introducing legislation to deal with tech censorship, dude. And hold these motherfuckers accountable. Ban Section 230 to state level from these fucking assholes, dude, and be able to have people sue the fuck out of them using state resources for that matter. If they're going to ban me or anybody else for fucking a week, 30 days, whatever it is, dude, for some bullshit, no, they need to have their asses fucking sued immediately then. By the fucking states at that point. Enough is enough of this crap, dude, seriously. But anyway, going back to the Blystone thing here. Said, Blystone, a Central Ohio farmer, which, by the way, what's funny to me, going back to Blystone's whole entire identity and stuff like that, it can basically be proven that the guy didn't even vote in the 2020 election cycle, or there was all kinds of, like, weird inconsistencies of his voting record and stuff like that, dude, which is, like, seems pretty fucking fishy for somebody that was going to run for governor, dude. So, yeah, just seems very suspect in general, dude. But yeah, it's a Blystone, let's see right now. Yeah, first-time candidate. Raised nearly $1 million for his campaign last year, leveraging an active social media following and his distinctive image of a fake-ass cowboy is what it was. His campaign donations included nearly $100,000 in unitemized donations of $25 or less. That's a lot of fucking money, by the way, of $25 or less donation, of $25 or less donations, $100,000 almost. So according to the campaign finance reports, candidates are not required to report these small donations, but are required to document them under state law, which is what he did not do, by the way. And that's what number one thing is, because he's a fucking moron, dude, is what it is. It says Blystone finished in third place, taking 22% of the vote to DeWine's 48%. Blystone won 22 counties, mostly in rural areas, less populated. Yeah, it was basically like literally under 100,000 people or so in those counties, dude, in most cases. Anyway. It said Sarah Chambers filed a complaint in October 2021, months before the Republican primary, which, by the way, should have itself, at that point, that campaign complaint should have immediately seen Blystone's campaign suspended from the actual primary itself, is what it is, dude. And that's the biggest problem right there. And that's the thing. The Ohio Star specifically was the one that was talking about it for like a year or two in the past couple of years here about how Blystone was going to be federally indicted and stuff like that by the feds, dude, and how he was being investigated by the federal agents and stuff like that, because you had that Sarah Chambers woman come out there and be like, yeah, here's all the shady shit this guy was doing behind closed doors and stuff like that, and how he treated us campaign staffers like shit and was just a fucking mega cunt to us behind closed doors. And that's the big thing as well, dude, by the way. You know, the big difference between myself and Joe Blystone is I may be a fucking cunt, but I'm going to be a fucking cunt to your face, and I'm going to call you out to your fucking face, and if it comes on camera, whatever, dude. I'm not going to be some fucking asshole that closes the door and is like, you're such a fucking piece of shit, Sarah. No, I'm going to call you out on the fucking campaign trail and be like, you're such a fucking piece of shit, Sarah. Go fuck yourself. Get the fuck out of here. You're no longer part of this campaign. That's what I would have been like. You know, seriously. But nah, seriously, though. From my understanding, Blystone was bleeding off fucking campaign staffers like fucking crazy like the last 3 to 4 months of the campaign right before the primaries is what it was. And it's also why he had to go get another alternative lieutenant governor pick, because the woman who was his original lieutenant governor didn't want to be arrested for various campaign shit, is what it was, dude, and her own PPP loan theft. And that's why she dipped out of the fucking race and then tried to claim like family issues or something, because she and her husband stole a bunch of money for various old folks' homes and stuff like that they control around the state of Ohio, is what it is, dude. So it's like different assisted living facilities and stuff like that is what I'm talking about. But anywho, going back to what I was saying here, though. So you had Sarah Chambers filed a complaint in October 2021, months before the Republican primary, but it had been held up since then, in part due to a lawsuit Blystone had filed in Franklin County Court trying to block it. Said Scott Pullins, a lawyer for Chambers, said he negotiated the deal on Thursday when Blystone was scheduled to appear before the Elections Commission in a full evidentiary hearing similar to a court-like proceeding. And that's exactly why he made the fucking deal, by the way. So he wouldn't have to go in there at a court as a fucking like kind of court is what it was, and wouldn't have to basically be called out and be like, hey, here's all this other evidence that you have that proves you've done all kinds of other shady shit that's all felonies, dude. And I guarantee that's what it fucking was, honestly, man. So anyway, continuing on here though, said Pullins said he and his client favored a harsher outcome. In a September complaint, Secretary of State Frank LaRosa requested the Elections Commission consider referring the case to potential criminal prosecution, which is what they fucking should be doing right now, honestly, dude. They should be nailing this fucker to the wall at this point, dude, seriously. Said, quote, but I don't think a majority of the commission was ready to take that step, Pullins said, so we went in and negotiated pretty much the best deal we could obtain at the time. So the message has been left with Blystone for the story. In a Facebook post Thursday, Blystone wrote in part that the commission was trying to make an example out of him, another quote unquote grassroots candidate, which by the way, he was not a grassroots candidate. He was a fucking, this is the thing, dude. You're not a fucking grassroots candidate, bro, when you can literally fucking fund your own campaign through a whole bunch of fucking agricultural money that you've stolen from the US government over the last decade or two, bro. Which is what he's done, by the way. That's another thing he should be arrested for now, dude. He's stolen literally fucking millions of dollars in agricultural money from the U.S. government right now, dude. Like, you should be looking at federal felonies right now, honestly, if we're going to be serious about things. And that's what I'm saying. That's where the Fed should come in and nail his ass on, dude. It should be some householder-style shit just walking this fucker out in handcuffs entirely, dude. because that's how much of a scumbag piece of shit criminal Blystone is, dude. It's the same kind. And that's the thing, dude. Like I've said before, dude, when it comes to Ohio, this is why I've done the Oathbreaker series for the past couple years. This is why I've done these grandstands for the past few years now, because I'm trying to expose the actual fucking criminality of the state right now, and be like, this is why we need to fucking deal with shit, and this is why you need new candidates like myself who aren't a bunch of fucking criminal pieces of shit, is what it is, dude, in office. Like, do I really want to be governor? Do I really want to be a fucking secretary or state senator or state rep or whatever the case be? Fuck no, dude. I just want to get shit fixed, is what it is. And that's the only reason why I'd run for those positions at this point, honestly, is to actually see this country, or see this part of this country, this state that I live in for my entire life, not be full of a bunch of fucking criminals, is what it is anymore, dude. Just like the same pieces of shit the other day that voted that asshole Jason Stevens into office as fucking speaker because they're a bunch of fucking criminal Democrats that should be investigated and stuff like that by the feds. And that's the thing. That's why I hate both major parties at this point, dude, because it's a bunch of scumbags on all of them, dude. So, anyway. Continuing back on, though. Got, where's it at here now? Yeah, Blystone claimed that him and other grassroots candidates. He previously had said the campaign finance allegations against him are exaggerated, which is absolute bullshit. They are totally not, dude. Said Philip Richter, executive director of the Ohio Elections Commission, said there isn't really a relevant precedent for Blystone's case. Quote, we've not seen a case like this that included the amount of improper contributions and truly incomplete campaign finance reports, as well as the fact that it involved a gubernatorial candidate. The commission has seen bad campaign finance or fucking. Yeah, Blystone's a fucking clown. He's a piece of shit fucking fraud motherfucker is what it is, dude. Legitimately. And for some reason, my connection's becoming unstable right now. So, trying to wait for it to pop back together now. But yeah, Blystone's a fake. He's a phony. He's a fraud. He's a fucking idiot, dude, is what it is. And that's the thing, you know. I may not know how to run a campaign properly, but you know what I would do? I would go find the best possible people to be my campaign manager, to be my staffers and stuff like that, dude, who actually know what the fuck they're doing so I don't get in trouble is what it is. You know? For real. But anyway, we're going to go to the Ohio Star and see what they have to say about the whole thing here. See if there's anything relating to old Bibbidi Blystone. There apparently is. His top story there, I guess. Not surprising. But, yep, Blystone to surrender $105,000, admit violations, not run again for 5 years. Again, should be the rest of his life. For real, man. And that's about all we want to talk about. It looks like they're... Yep, looks like that's about all we really want to talk about there. So let's go grab that then. Okay, it said the Ohio Elections Commission had a full hearing scheduled for today and tomorrow to investigate multiple election law violation complaints filed by 3 separate parties against former gubernatorial candidate Joe Blystone. Instead of a hearing, the session turned into a settlement conference and resulted in an agreement. That agreement orders Blystone to surrender his campaign cash of approximately $105,000 and shut down his campaign fund. The funds are to be distributed by paying $75,000 to an escrow amount for a case Blystone started in Delaware County against his former campaign co-manager, turning over the remaining amount to the Ohio Election Commission in the form of a fine, which this is obviously different than what they said earlier, which I'm guessing that this is not fully, they probably wrote this one before the actual whole thing came out about the 180,000. So I'm thinking the Cleveland.com article is a lot more accurate than this one is when it comes to amount of cash and stuff like that, because it makes more sense to have a $75,000 amount there in a escrow and then another 105 grand in an actual payment then is what it would be for $180,000, not $105,000. But anyway, continuing on here, though, it said, additionally, Blystone stipulates that the allegations made in the complaints are fact and commits he did not seek off, or he can't, yeah, and commits to not seeking office for 5 years. This guy's done, by the way. He will never be heard from again after this, dude. He's a fucking scumbag. He is literally a swamp monster exposed, as the sidebar says there, dude. The guy is literally a fucking rhino sack of shit for sure. Like, at least this is the thing. At least I know that DeWine is a legit rhino. Blystone is a motherfucking rhino who doesn't want to be a fucking rhino, is what it is, dude. He wants to sit there and act like, I'm a grassroots candidate. No, you're not, dude. No, you're not. You were a semi-rich dude who literally married a woman to get richer because she had a bunch of fucking money that you could then help invest into your shitty little fucking farm, and then meanwhile steal a bunch of fucking government money in various agricultural cash and stuff like that from the taxpayers is what it was, because you, just like every other politician, buddy, are a fucking scumbag piece of shit, Joe Blystone. You are a fucking phony and you are a fucking fraud and you've been exposed, and I am so fucking happy about it because fuck you, dickhead. I get the last word on this one. And like I said, I'm still fucking pissed that this guy said no viable candidates when I was in the fucking race, dude. Like, I'm legit still pissed about that thing alone, by the way. Like, that's just one reason why I'm fucking angry at this man. But knowing how much of a sack of fucking shit he actually truly was, dude, that's why I fucking hate him even more for that matter, dude. But anyway, continuing on with this, though, it said, quote, "This is one of the biggest fines the commission has ever levied," Blystone attorney Josh Brown said as he proposed the agreement before the commission. "We've been given everything, all the facts that you would be in question. We worked together in good faith." Yeah, right. In a complaint filed through attorney Brian Katz in August, Ohio Secretary of State Frank LaRoche alleged that the Canal Winchester farmer, which, by the way, I love how fucking Blystone acts like he's some small town farmer and shit like that. Canal Winchester is literally in the outskirts of Columbus, Ohio, man. You are a big city fucking prick, dude. Fuck you. Legitimately. He is a fucking phony, a fraud, and a fucking piece of crap, dude. Fuck him. Seriously. Anyway. Continuing back on with this, though. It said, yeah, it's alleged that the farmer, his wife, and his campaign committee broke finance laws 13 times during Blystone's 2022 run for the governor's seat. That's a lot of fucking times, dude. You're talking about over a dozen times you've broken finance laws. Jesus. Said Ohio elector Mary Capelia also accused Blystone of improperly reporting campaign contributions, expenses, and taking campaign money for his personal use. Of course he fucking did, dude. Of course he fucking did. Says Blystone and Chambers in Delaware County. Blystone sued Chambers in Delaware County for defamation of character, a charge he later dropped. However, Chambers countersued the cowboy hat wearing former candidate for abuse of process to recapture legal fees she paid for Blystone's litigious attempt to retribution. She told the Ohio Press Network. Said Chambers' case produced a Blystone deposition during which he admitted he knowingly flaunted Ohio election finance laws. So yeah, the guy fucking admits he's a fucking piece of crap, dude, that was like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm breaking finance laws. Ha ha ha, I'm gonna fucking do it again. And again, this is exactly why this fucking cunt Blystone, dude, should never be allowed to run for office ever again in this country. Period. He should be in Ohio prison for like literally the next 25 to life at this point, honestly, dude, for real. Anyway, there's a reason, by the way, why deprivation rights of color of law is an actual way to stop people from running for office ever again, dude, which is exactly what Blystone should be hit with at this point as well. So, anywho. Said Blystone, during deposition, admitted he knowingly flaunted Ohio election finance laws. Also said that retiring chairman of the Ohio Republican Party, Bob Pederick, visited his farm when Blystone reached out for help after the May primary election, but before the November general election. That Bob guy resigned 2 days after the deposition dropped. Yeah, because fucking Bob was a piece of crap. RINO too is what it is, dude. Said provisional can has also kicked down the road by the OEC as several sessions have been scheduled since early 2022 to hear testimony and consider evidence on the matters. Last month, the group voted again to conduct a full hearing despite its legal counsel and executive director Philip Richter attempting to get commissioners to agree to indefinitely postponing hearings while he worked with Blystone's legal counsel to reach a settlement, an effort to which lawyers of that Mary Woman, Sarah Chambers, and LaRose all objected, as they should. Said LaRose attorney Brian Katz offered Blystone a settlement last September that would have required him to return the balance of his campaign funds to the Ohio Election Commission, admit intentional wrongdoing, and plead to not run for office for 4 years or face having LaRose's 13-point complaint referred to the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office for investigation and potential prosecution. Blystone rejected that offer. Thursday, he agreed. The commission accepted the offer by unanimous 7-0 vote. So, yeah, basically, Joe Blystone's just a fuckhead piece of shit is what it is, dude. Fuck him. Fuck him and fuck politicians in general, dude. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, you have a guy who is one of the biggest fucking frauds. And the thing that's funny to me, by the way, is it wasn't just me that was calling this dude out, by the way, by the time that the actual general election happened or the time that the May primary happened, dude. There were dozens and dozens of people calling out Blystone's bitch ass by that point, dude. Because we all knew he was a fucking phony is what it was, dude. And that's the thing. When you looked around actually what's sad was, going back to what I mentioned earlier, when it came to the 22 counties that he had won and stuff like that, when you actually look at the different places of Ohio that he had actually gotten votes from and stuff like that, dude, who were people backing him and stuff at the time, you can look at Ohio's map right here specifically, and it was places like Columbiana County. That was there because that's where my aunt lives, and I saw a few signs for him back then, right before the May primary. There was a couple here in Stark County. There was a bunch down in like Meigs and Athens, and actually probably not Athens because Athens is pretty lefty from the schools down there and stuff like that. But other places like Gallia and Jackson and stuff like that, though. I'm sure there was some in Pike and Brown and Scioto counties and Lawrence County and everything else like that. Because you look at all the counties here on the bottom right now. When you look at Ohio's map and then you look at the map of the actual United States, like where our counties actually like merge there is where West Virginia starts. So you basically have the bottom part of Ohio basically be upper West Virginia at this point, dude. And it's very, very much when you look at those two states together, it's very much the same when it comes to stuff. You have a whole bunch of poor people down in those places that, and I'm going to say it like it is. They're not well educated, unfortunately. They're not well educated. And in most cases, they're out so rurally, they don't even have internet, dude. They don't have internet to look up this guy and see what a fucking scumbag he really is, dude. If they do, it's like very spotty is what it is, dude. And so you have these people that will back the guy and believe his lies that he's, throwing to your face is what it is at the time. Instead of actually being able to look him up and being like, nah, man, this guy's a total fucking piece of crap is what it is. So, yeah, it's just sad, man. It really is. And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I think there's still people that will back this man now because they're so. In a lot of cases, it's like the same thing with the Biden voter base, right? Where you have people that are like, "Did I make a mistake here? No, it's got to be everybody else, right?" Kind of thing, and they don't want to be wrong. And I think that's what it is exactly, honestly, dude. It's you have a bunch of individuals who, some of them may be smart people and stuff like that, dude. But they don't want to be wrong about that one thing because if they're wrong about that one thing, what else have they been wrong about in their lives? And then it becomes this whole slippery slope and stuff like that is what it is, dude. And that's the unfortunate situation there is when you start looking at your own internal, issues and stuff like that. You're like, oh shit, have I been wrong about all these things? And then you realize like, yeah, I have been wrong about other things and stuff like that. And then you basically are like, what the hell am I even doing here kind of thing is what it is, And I think that's the problem with a lot of Americans in this country, honestly, dude, is they do not want to look at themselves in the mirror like that and admit that they're wrong about something because if they can't have, that particular pillar to stand on, then they don't have anything to stand on. and they basically are completely shaken off, and it becomes a whole situation then, you know? And I think that's the problem right now. And I think that's a huge problem right now with the Blystone fan base and stuff like that, dude. The voter base, for that matter. It's people that, are like, no, this guy was totally a grassroots candidate. He was totally for we the people, da da da. And yet, meanwhile, behind closed doors to his campaign staffers, he's like shit talking. Y'all's like, y'all a bunch of dumb hillbilly hicks out here. Ho, 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 ho. Let me take off my fucking stupid cowboy hat now. Like, that's exactly what it is, dude. And that's the big difference between myself and Blystone, dude. I wear the Ohio State hat around because I like this hat, actually. Unfortunately, it was made in China, but, pretty much everything is these fucking days. Can't even make things here in Ohio. That's fucking Ohio. It's like, goddamn, dude, seriously. Fucking disgusting. If I could get another one of these hats that actually did say proudly made in Ohio or something like that, dude, I'd buy that shit in a second, honestly. And start wearing that around. Because fuck China in general. But, I'm going to go back to that article, though, from the Ohio Star for a minute here, because there was one more thing I forgot to read on the back part of that from somebody's quote there, which was, said Blystone rejected the original offer for 4 years and agreed to the one for 5 years. Said the most disappointing point from our perspective is that at the end of the day, not a single dime is coming from Joe Blystone's pocket. This money is the sum of a lot of small contributions, some from individuals who gave to a campaign for the first time. That's their money. Those people, in a certain sense, are the people actually paying this fine, said Curtis Hartman, attorney for that married woman, is what it was. That's what I'm saying, dude. Fuck that shit. No. Get the fucking rolls, dude. If you can get the fucking rolls and prove who actually paid different campaign contributions to Blystone and stuff like that, dude, give them back their fucking money. Seriously. Give them back that $2, give them back that $5, give them back that 10, 20, 25 bucks over it is, dude. Give them back the cash that they're owed at this point, dude. It's bullshit entirely. It's absolute crap entirely, dude. Ugh. And then, of course, you got one of the other ones they had on the sidebar there about the new Speaker of the House, Jason Stevens, who I talked about last night, who just looks like a fucking scumbag, dude. Yeah, Representative Derek Marin, who's the guy in the blue suit there, loses to, quote, moderate Speaker Stevens, which is not a moderate. The second you go to fucking Democrats, dude, you are proving you're, seriously, looking at Jason Stevens in this picture, dude, the guy looks like a mix between Larry Householder and Larry Obhoff from a couple years back now is what it was. Is that even coming up now? I'm looking at my thing right now. Because I'm trying to do screen sharing and it seems like it's not screen sharing properly on me or something here. Okay, I guess it is. It's like every time I plop it down, it's like blinking on me. It's weird. So anyway, but yeah, Stevens 100% looks like a mix between Obhoff and Householder, dude. And what's funny is going to Twitter, you actually had ex-state rep Kyle Kellner, who's a known anti-gunner here, who basically admitted yesterday that he's now being subpoenaed in the Larry Householder bribery scandal trial. He's going to go testify in that. And I guess apparently so is Attorney General Dave Yost for that matter. And I'm just like, good, please do. Householder's a fucking piece of shit, dude. I'd also like to point something out on that one too, by the way, which is funny to me, is that we actually had a better version of Stand Your Ground when Larry Householder actually was the Speaker of the House at the time. And it was about to get voted on, and then suddenly Larry Householder gets raided, which is very interesting to me, all right? And then after that, you end up having a situation where DeWine and Husted never went down for the bribery scandal, even though they had definite parts in it because they had campaign contributions previously in the 2018 midterms from the same fucking Ohio Energy people that were trying to do the HB6 stuff. So, yeah, it's just sad. And that's very true, unfortunately. Without real info, people can't make proper decisions, informed decisions. Yeah, it's very true, honestly. And it's even worse though in other states. I've heard what was it last November there for the midterms and stuff. You had candidates there in Texas that weren't even having political affiliations put next to the name and stuff like that, dude. So you had a bunch of people that you had to look up to even fucking vote for them is what it was, dude. Know who the fuck you're voting for, if you're voting for a Democrat or Republican or whoever the fuck else it was, if that be the case. That's the one good thing about Ohio currently. We still have that kind of stuff on our books right now where it's like, no, it'll say, you know, D or R next to their name is what it is, dude, thankfully. Or it'll be just like one person on the ballot solo is what it is then, which in a lot of cases is not good either because, you know, again, that's seats that really shouldn't exist here is what it is. That's why when they try to do the map redistricting stuff for come the coming months this year and stuff like that, I'm going to 100% be on their asses about doing a one county, one rep thing at this point, dude. Because like I said, going back to, you know, the current maps that we use for the 2022 election cycle here, there is zero fucking reason at all, dude, to have, you know, 11 people from Columbus / Franklin County, or, you know, 7-8 people from Hamilton County, 8-9 people from fucking Cuyahoga County, you know, Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, etc. It's like, no, you need to have, just like Stark County here, you know, you got my state rep, Reggie Stolfus is 50th district, you got Jim Thomas is 49th, and you got Scott Ollinger at 48th. It's like, no, you need to have one in that right there. You need to have one for Columbiana County. You need to have one for Carroll County. You need to have one for Jefferson, one for Harrison, one for Belmont, one for Monroe, one for Noble, one for Washington, one for Morgan, one for Athens, one for Meigs, one for Gallia, one for Lawrence, one for Jackson, one for Benton, one for Hawking, one for Perry, etc., dude. It shouldn't be fucking, here's a state rep for 3.5 fucking counties. Here's another state rep for 3.5 fucking counties. Here's another state rep for 3 or 4 fucking counties. Like, nah, dude, fuck that. It's, you represent a single county. That's where your voter base comes from. And you have to live in that county. That's how it should be right now, dude. It should be a one county, one rep thing like that. You have to live in the congressional district you're running for in that county. And if you don't, guess what? You can't run for that county is what it is, dude. Go back to your home county then and run there is what it is. And I think that's the biggest problem right now. And that's stuff I've seen even, you know, for federally stuff is what it is right now, dude. You've had people who don't even live in the Canton-Akron area, yet they will go and run for Congress in the Stark County area here, dude, is what it was. And it's like, bro, you don't represent me. You represent fucking Cleveland, asshole, where you live. Go the fuck back up to Cleveland and beat Marcy Kapner's ass for real then. And I specifically called that bitch out because you had fucking Sherrod Brown over Twitter yesterday being like, I'm so happy to see that Marcy Kapner is the longest serving Democrat candidate ever in Congress. And it's like, she's been there over 40 fucking years, dude. She's like almost 50 fucking years right now at this point, dude. It's like legit like 44, 45 years now. Which, by the way, is 7 years longer than I've been alive currently. I was born in 1985. This woman got in office in the 1970s, dude. It's retarded as fuck. There is zero reason for people to be in office that long, dude. No, you have 10 years and get the fuck out. Don't come back. Period. It's way past time for term limits at this point, dude. Seriously. It might have been a county thing then. I know Corey was talking about it before, or as we call him, Soulless Ginger Firearms now. But he was talking about to me in one of the back chats here a few months ago, how he went to go vote and there was like no political affiliation on things. He had to look him up on his phone and shit like that, which I thought was weird. And again, it might be due to like city stuff. It might be something where it's like, you know, major cities just fucking with ballots and stuff like that. For all we know, dude, it wouldn't surprise me in the least, honestly, dude. It's all Democrat run shit in those places. So anyway, but yeah, going on to read the thing about the Ohio Speaker vote yesterday, though, or not yesterday, a couple days ago, which thankfully they haven't actually said anything and dropped any legislation yet. So it doesn't look like they're actually in office right now since they've basically voted into Speaker Stevens now. So 135th Ohio General Assembly is underway. Lawmakers elected moderate Republican, RINO, Jason Stevens, as the new Speaker of the House on Tuesday to succeed Representative Bob Cupp. The choice comes despite the Republican caucus's previous selection in November of State Rep Derek Marin, who, by the way, this is the thing that pisses me off the most about this is stuff I found out the other day from Chris Dorr, is had Derek Marin gotten in, you would have had Scott Wiggum as either like the second guy in command, which is like Speaker Pro Tempore or something like that, or it would have been like House Majority Leader, whichever one. I'm not sure which, because there's like, it's like 2 and then 3 and then 4 and stuff. He would have been like either 2 or 3 in that list, and there would have been 2 other dudes, and it would have been the best Pro 2A set of people in the state of Ohio ever in a speaker's role is what it was, dude. In a speaker and like leadership team role is what it was. So yeah, we definitely got fucked in the ass on that one for sure, man. With this scumbag Stevens going to fucking suck Alice Russo's fucking lady dick is what it is, dude. So anyway, said Stevens bested Marin 54 to 43. Republicans chose Marin over Stevens and State Representative Phil Plummer as their candidate for Speaker in a meeting behind closed doors, shortly after the fall elections. After gaining the support of Plummer, who dropped out of the race, Marin, who was backed by conservative organizations in the state, emerged as an unexpected victor. So Republicans in charge of the House could have chosen a speaker without Democrat votes, but in recent weeks there was dissent among GOP supporters of GOP members on Marin's support. Said in Ohio, the role of Speaker of the House is one of the most powerful positions of elected government, including the authority to veto or advance any measure, assign bills to committees, and influence state spending and policy. And that's what the scary part is right now, because if Jason Stevens so chooses, he can basically say, hey, Allison Russo, you know those red flag laws, universal background checks y'all been pushing for the past fucking 4 years now since the Dayton Massacre, and we all know we're unconstitutional as fuck, and I voted for constitutional carry, but I don't give a fuck about people's rights anymore? Yeah, let's go ahead and bring that shit to vote now. That's what scares the fuck out of me right now, dude. That's why I'm legitimately scared right now. That's why I have a fucking pit in my stomach the past couple of days of what the fuck's about to happen here in the state of Ohio, dude. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to fight these fuckers like a guardian angel against the fucking demon devils that they are, dude. And if it comes to lawsuits, it'll come to lawsuits. Because there is no way I'm letting these fucking cunts ever pass that shit through my damn fucking General Assembly, dude. And the biggest problem is when you actually look at how Ohio's overall ability is right now when it comes to positions of power here for the governor's line of succession. So it basically goes governor, who is DeWine right now. Lieutenant Governor Husted would be, if DeWine would, die or be, under surgery or whatever the case be, Husted automatically becomes governor for a little bit of time is what it is, just, for the power thing for that day or whatever it is then. Then if something were to happen to Husted during that time, then you have Senate President, who is Matt Hoffman right now. He would become governor. Underneath him is Speaker of the House, who is now Jason Stevens. Underneath them is Secretary of State Frank LaRose. Underneath them is either auditor or treasurer, but it would either be Keith Ferber or I'm trying to think who the other guy is. I can't remember who the other guy is offhand, but it's like one of those two dudes become like sixth. It's like sixth in line basically under the governor, and then the other person is seventh, and then the AG, who is currently Dave Yost, is eighth in line then. So yeah, it's a bunch of crap entirely, man. But anyway, let's see, going back to that though. Said Marin has been a proponent of several conservative proposals, including the expansion of school vouchers, the right to work bill, and a controversial ban on abortion, which is literally pro-life, by the way. Said political analysts in Ohio claim that some Republicans were concerned about upsetting labor unions, which still have a significant influence on state politics, which is absolute bullshit entirely. They shouldn't. If they supported Marin due to his support for right-to-work legislation. So according to State Representative Jamie Callender, who nominated Marin, he is brutally honest in his opinions, even the controversial ones, which sometimes can be difficult for others to accept. Jamie said, Derek is very, very honest to an extent rarely seen in this chamber, and sometimes it can be hard to take. He does not tell people what they want to hear, nor should he, dude. Like, no, I'm not going to fucking shine your dick, bro. I'm going to tell you how it fucking is what it is, bro. That's how I would be as a Speaker of the House, by the way, if I was going to be Speaker of the House right now. I'd be like, no, I'm going to tell it like it is, bro. Like, we're not going to push forward your anti-gun bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that. You're lucky you're still in this chamber right now. You're lucky we didn't throw your fucking ass out right now and throw you in jail. Et cetera, which should be done to Alice Russo and company there, dude. Anyway, so although GOP caucus voted Marin as Speaker of the House in December, Stevens fought in collaboration with Democrats to collect votes and garner a win. Democrat Majority Leader Allison Russo, who is literally the biggest fucking cunt demon in the state of Ohio right now, said that with the decision of GOP members on Marin's support, all 32 Democrats took the opportunity to vote in unison to back someone they thought would work more closely, align with their issues important to their parties, such as redistricting maps, school funding, workers' rights, and infrastructure projects. I guarantee they're also going to be doing anti-gun shit on that one as well, dude. Quote, there was clearly division on the other side, and they needed our votes, Russo claimed. We took the opportunity to make sure that we were going to be working with a speaker who felt like, at the end of the day, would work with us on issues we could agree on. Yeah, fuck you, Allison, you fucking cunt. Which, by the way, again, going back to people that should not be in office right now, dude, Allison Russo literally won an uncontested general election. It was her versus nobody. She shouldn't even be in office right now, dude, period. Just based on that alone. Anyway, continuing on here, it says, Stevens has served 2 terms in the Ohio House of Representatives and 134th General Assembly. He served on the Finance, Infrastructure, and Public Utilities Committees, which, by the way, if he served on all 3 of those, that means he got $10,000 a pop for, or no, sorry, it didn't say he chaired them. I'm sorry about that. I missed, yeah. He would have had to chair them to get $10,000 a pop, though. He just served on the committees is what it was. But he still got extra money from being on those committees is what it was, dude. Probably another like couple $1,000 a piece then. As well as chair. Okay, here you go. So yeah, he did make 10 grand there as chairman of the Energy and Natural Resources. Says Stevens previously served as Lawrence County Auditor from 2011 2019. He was Lawrence County Commissioner from 2001 2011. So the guy's literally a career politician, what it is, dude, for the past 20 something years of his life. Being president from 2010 2011 as a county commissioner there. 1996, he had been a licensed insurance agent for Stevens and Son Insurance Agency. So basically, dad and son is what it was. Jesus. Since 99, he is a co-founder of Stevens and Son Insurance Company of Chesapeake. He holds a bachelor's degree in economics and finance and business management from Lipscomb University. Not surprising on that one, dude. So in his first remarks as speaker, Stevens said the Ohio House has seen a lot of transition and change in the last few years, but he wants to focus on what unites Ohioans in 2023, which is not this bullshit, by the way, asshole. Said some Republicans, however, say that there is no coming back from this. No, there's not, and nor should there be, dude. Said whether we represent a district in the city or the county, or a district along the Ohio River or Lake Erie or anywhere in between, we all have the responsibility to serve the people of Ohio, the people who have placed their faith in us to make the tough decisions to make our state great. Make our great state a better place to live, work, and raise a family, is what he claimed there. Said in the Republican majority House, Stevens, who is reportedly promising a hilt conservative in a Republican majority House, Stevens, who is reportedly promising to halt conservative agendas and behave as a moderate, is now one of the most important and powerful leaders in the state. Fuck that shit, dude. No, it's time to impeach this fucking cocksucker, dude, legitimately. Enough is enough of this shit, dude. It's fucking bullshit. And this is the thing. The last time this shit happened, dude, again, literally last time this fucking happened. Okay, it's giving me an error for Larry Householder there. We had Larry fucking Householder as speaker, dude. And what happened to Larry Householder? HB6 scandals what happened to Larry Householder, dude. And that's what I said yesterday. I'm calling it right now, dude. 6 to 18 months from now, Jason Stevens, Allison Russo, Casey Weinstein, etc. will all be arrested on various robbery scandals. And I mean that legitimately, dude. And if it means I have to go do citizen journalism to make sure that these fuckers go down for that shit, dude, I will. I will fight these fuckers tooth and nail at this point, dude. I will fight them like a fucking demon banshee myself, if that be the case, dude. I'll become a fucking Lycan to their vampire. I will go full werewolf on their ass, dude. And just be like, By the way, if you've never seen Underworld, it's a good fucking movie, by the way. Really good fucking movie. Actually, that would be an interesting one, though, right? Like, would you rather be a werewolf or a vampire, is the question, you know? Or would it be some hybrid mixture thereof, if that be the case? I don't know. It'd be interesting, man. So, yeah, it's a bunch of shit either way, man. I'm fucking sick and tired of it. And this is what the thing that really pisses me off about the whole thing, actually, going back to this article real quick, because again, I'm actually going to talk about what the Right to Life guy said there. Said, according to the Center for Christian Virtue president, Andy Baer, people feel betrayed by the sudden leadership change. You have a lot of folks who are hurt who feel betrayed, and it's going to be a real test to say, are you going to bring people together, or did you just sell everything you stand for in order to gain a position of power? Yes, Jason Stevens did that, man. So, according to Derek Marin, somehow the Democrats were able to choose the Speaker of the House regardless of a 67-seat Republican supermajority. Quote, what happened here today is a self-explanatory. Wait, what happened here today is self-explanatory by the votes. The Democrats have chosen who the Speaker is chosen the Speaker of the House will be, Marin said. Stevens' election is the third time the seat has changed hands since 2000. He succeeds Speaker Cupp, who was elected to the position in 2020 after Larry Householder was removed following an arrest on federal bribery charges. And this is something even Rob Kingsley from Ohio Gunners said the other day, dude. Apparently, Rob, when he was working as a state rep's aide, if I'm not mistaken, there in Columbus, he said in his time in Columbus, in a 4-year time span, there was 5 Speaker of the Houses who were all arrested on bribery shit, dude, and various corruption charges, who were removed from office because of that stuff. This is why Ohio is so corrupt. This is why this state is so fucking corrupt, dude. Because you allow a bunch of scumbag motherfuckers like that to be voted in by fucking Democrats. You shouldn't even have a fucking vote to begin with, dude, at that point. It's like, no, fuck you. You have no vote here. Fuck off. You're not picking who the speaker is. We are. You know? And as I said before, honestly, if we're going to be truthful about it, dude, it should be we the people picking these people at this point, dude. It's just like the same thing federally, dude. If it was we the people picking a speaker right now, dude, we would already have a Speaker of the House here on January 6, 2023. You wouldn't have dickhead fucking Kevin McCarthy lose 10 votes in a row, and they're probably going to vote him in again tomorrow is what it is for the fucking thing, is what it is, dude. Or you wouldn't have dipshit Hakeem Jeffries being there 10 fucking times and be like, I'm still getting every Democrat vote. Fuck off, dude. You guys shouldn't have the fucking ability to even choose anybody is what it is. Fuck you. How about that? It's fucking ridiculous, dude, entirely. This is what I'm saying, man. And it really pisses me off about Mike Lorchek back in fucking Jason Stevens for that matter, dude. Because again, where the fuck does he stand now? Was he doing this so he could advance 2A shit? Or according to that, now they're going to basically fuck over conservative agendas all, dude. So it's like, probably not for that matter. So it's like, where do you stand, Lorchek? Did you take a big fucking cash bribe too, bro? Seriously. I want to know that, motherfucker. Call my ass. Seriously. I've called your fucking office 2 times in the last fucking 2 days, bro. Fucking get back to me. I might not be your constituent, but I want to fucking answer at this point, buddy. I'm not going to be working with somebody who's a scumbag fucking RINO sellout is what it is, dude. So, anyway. Yeah, it just pisses me off, dude. It really does. Actually, what's funny is going back to the Ohio Star there. One of the other articles here. 7 new Ohio state senators sworn in for new state legislative season. By the way, they're not 7 new people. They're about 3 or 4 new people. Literally, Paula Hicks Hudson right there. Should have never been allowed to run for this office because she literally flip-flopped the General Assembly. Same thing with dickhead Shane Wilkin behind her. And the same thing with a dumb bitch behind him there is what it is, dude. So, anyway. Yeah, the only one that's new, I believe, I want to say this woman up front there is Michelle Reynolds, but I could be wrong about that one, dude. She's the one that ousted Tina Maharoth, thank God. Yeah, so 2022 general election, 17 of Ohio's state Senate seats, Ohio State Senate 33 seats were up for grabs. As of January 2023, 7 of those seats are held by members of the Democrat Party, and 26 are held by members of the Republican Party, which should be lockstep in Democrats' fucking office, by the way, at this point, dude. Said State Senator Michelle Reynolds was born in Illinois. She graduated with a master's degree in 2016 after receiving a bachelor's degree at University of Cincinnati in 1998. She worked as a nonprofit in 2019. Assumed office as State Senator January 1st. Her current term ends December 31st, 2026. Said State Senator Catherine Ingram, who is one of the people that flip-flopped the General Assembly, by the way, as well as Paula Hicks Hudson, who are both anti-gunners and shit. Then you have Shane Wilkin, who's also fucking flip-flopping General Assembly. Kent Smith, who flip-flopped General Assembly because he was termed out on the State House side. And the new people are William DeMora, who's a Democrat, and Al Landis, who is a Republican, who actually I think Al might have been the one that actually flip-flopped as well, dude. So yeah, this is the problem right now. Again, it's like, dude, you are termed out for a reason. Get the fuck out of office. Like, we don't want you here anymore. You're not allowed to run. You're not allowed to flip-flop the General Assembly the other side, dude. There's a reason why we put term limits in place right now. And this is something I want to fight for at this point, dude. It's like, what the hell's the point of having term limits if we're not going to fucking respect them at this point, dude? Like, no, you're not allowed to run for the other side anymore. Fuck you. Now, granted, some of these people weren't termed out. Like, Shane Wilkin had another term he could have run for state house is what it was, dude, but he chose not to. He chose to run for state senate instead is what it was. Which, again, you've been there 6 years, dude. Fuck off. We don't want you here anymore. You literally held up constitutional carry for a year and a half, you fucking asshole in committee. We don't want you here anymore, you fucking douchebag. So, yeah, it just fucking pisses me off, dude. And then, of course, they unanimously picked, what's his name, back in office then, Matt Hoffman, for another 2 years as state senate, or as a Senate president. Actually, this is something I heard from Dore the other day, too. Honestly, when he was doing that podcast with Rob Kingsley, he was saying some stuff about, I guess, Matt Hoffman wanted to actually flip-flop the General Assembly in 2024 then when his term's up for state senate is what it is, dude. And was going to try to become speaker then as another flip-flopping sack of shit is what it is, dude. And he's like, oh, shit, I can't do it now that Jason Stevens is in there and stuff. Which, you know, again, if you're going to try to, you know, scumbag and stuff, dude, who's to say it's not going to be Matt Hoffman dropping some fucking dimes on Jason Stevens' ass for bribery stuff, dude, at this point, just so he can become fucking speaker in 2 years is what it would be. So I wouldn't be surprised at all by it, man. But yeah, but there's a lot of fuckery going on in this state for real, though. But I'm trying to find the Legiscan thing right now, actually, because I want to talk about some stuff relating to Ohio right now. Which, thankfully, going to this, actually, when you actually just pop up the state of Ohio and legiscan.com here, it's all stuff from December. And when you actually go to introduced for the 135th General Assembly, there is currently nothing that has been introduced right now, which is fucking awesome, dude, because it means they're either A, not currently in office after they did the speaker vote, or B, they're talking with people about stuff they want to introduce as like the first 10, 20, 30 bills, whatever it be then, which would be my guess, honestly, on both those cases. So either way, I'm pretty happy about it. I'm pretty psyched that there's not anything being passed yet or introduced yet or whatever the case be, because it means, you know, even if the Democrats have some psychotic anti-gun agenda or some shit like that, dude, they're not actually doing it currently. Or if they're doing it, they're doing it behind closed doors then, which, you know, again, I'm worried. Honestly, at this point, the fact that you had Allison Russo basically talk about not allowing us to have a 60% majority to change our state constitution and stuff like that makes me believe that she's working with Bloomberg right now to try to put ballot measures on for May and try to fuck us out of our gun rights that way, man. And I'll tell you right now, there is no fucking way I'm letting that shit happen, dude. There's no fucking way I'm letting an Oregon-style BM-114 happen here in Ohio, dude. I will take these people and fucking fight them for real at that point, dude. Like, it'll be legit fucking dueling again at that point, dude. And I mean that seriously. They'll be like, I challenge you to a duel, motherfucker. Because there's no way in hell I'm letting that shit happen here, dude. Which, honestly, public dueling should be legal in this country again at this point in history, dude. Seriously. Like, it really is time to make that reality again. So, anyway. It's like pistols at dawn, bitch. I guarantee you, honestly, truthfully speaking, if you had people that was how they had to get into elected office and stuff like that, where it was like trial by combat and shit, dude, there would be some people that would be like, nope, I'm good. I'm done here. And just leave immediately. And that's what it should be, honestly, maybe. Because that way you actually have the most brutal people who actually would like be like, no, I'm doing this, man. I'm taking that position of power. And you would know for a fact they're just like the craziest motherfuckers possible and stuff like that, and not to be fucked with kind of thing is what it is, dude. So, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, though. But it would be interesting anyway. You know, some Thunderdome kind of shit, though, if that'd be the case. Anywho. before we finish off, they're going to go over to Breitbart here for a couple minutes, talk about some stuff relating to the Speaker vote. You got dipshit Kevin McCarthy vows to keep fighting for House Speaker after losing 10 fucking times in a row now. GOP Representative Bacon, Republicans voting against McCarthy is like terrorism. How about go fuck yourself, dude? No, you fuckers voting for McCarthy is like terrorism, you fucking ass clown, piece of shit. Don Bacon from NE. Fucking assholes. I'm so sick and tired of these fucking people, dude. Like, honestly, let's be truthful about it right now. It's time for over 400 people to be tossed out of office right now, dude. All the people that voted for Hakeem Jeffries 10 times, all the people that voted for Kevin McCarthy 10 times, get the fuck out of office. You're done here. We take back our country that way. You have the other people that were not willing to put up with this shit. They stay. And then you have about 200-ish or so join them is what it is at that point. Every single state now has 5 congressional seats in it. And we down the threshold entirely, dude. From 435 to 250. And that's how it needs to be right now, dude, for real. And you would do an 80-20 split at that point where you would have 4 of them in rural areas of a state and you would have the other one in a major city then. Whether it be if you have one major city being your capital and stuff like that, then that's what the 5th seat goes into. If it's not, if you have other major cities and stuff like that, then you have the actual vote go between the capital and the other major cities and stuff like that, like a jungle primary kind of deal. And then whoever gets like the most votes from that and shit like that goes to a ranked choice voting kind of system is what it would be then. Whoever gets that most vote count and stuff then actually becomes that representative is what it is for those people is what it would be then, man. So, anyway. Let's see here. You got loser Kinzinger floats coalition government with Democrats. That motherfucker's not going to work for CNN, by the way. Report McCarthy holdout. Representative Ralph Norman says there is written deal for speakership. Don Bishop on if he'd vote for McCarthy. I leave every possibility on the table. House adjourns after 11th failed speaker vote. Okay, so they got 11 in now. Okay, so you lost 11 fucking times then, dude, is what it is. Like, stop nominating this fucking clown, dude. Seriously. You won 11 times and you still didn't get it, dude. Yeah, let's see. McCarthy, House Conservatives have been itching towards a deal that would elect a possible Speaker McCarthy. McCarthy offered Conservatives more concessions, which include 1-member motion to vacate instead of 5, more House Freedom Caucus members on the House Rules Committee, and promises to hold votes on controversial, quote-unquote, controversial term limit and border security bills, which, by the way, neither one of them are controversial. They're fucking actual common sense bills at that point, dude. So, conservative activist group, Club for Change, and Congressional Leadership Fund, which, by the way, Congressional Leadership Fund is a known Soros PAC, if I'm not mistaken, is also super PAC line with McCarthy, struck a deal to prevent CLF from weighing in on any open seat primaries in safe Republican districts. Yeah, it's so fucked up, dude. By the way, Club for Growth was the one that backed that scumbag Josh Mandel for the U.S. Senate seat that J.D. Vance is now holding. So I'm not surprised at least that one's also related to McCarthy and shit, dude, and scumbag ass rhinos and shit. So, but yeah, it's a bunch of crap, dude, entirely. It's like, at what point do we just say enough is enough? You know, at what point do we the people be like, no, fuck you, dude, you're not part of this anymore. You're not part of this vote anymore. Fuck off. We're picking somebody new then. I mean, hell, they talked about yesterday doing a possible Steve Scalise vote in there. It's like, let fucking Steve Scalise have the goddamn speakership then, dude. Seriously. He'd make a hell of a lot better speaker than McCarthy's bitch ass would. You know? Honestly, the only good thing about this whole thing is that it's like we have like 3 to 4 days now that we have a government do nothing at this point, dude. They're all just fucking off is what it is. So... yeah, and then you got Pete Buttplug over there fucking dodging questions on if the DOT was aware of Southwest issues in advance. I don't run their system, yet meanwhile, Mayor Pete's ass literally took a private fucking plane and U.S. government-funded military craft to some fucking sporting event with his husband in the last month or so. It's like, dude, you are such a fucking incompetent piece of shit. It's not even funny. Like, this is the problem with having people be selected into offices, dude, instead of actually elected into offices. It's like, you have no fucking ability to be part of that, dude. Fuck you. Merrick Garland leaks 5 Capitol Police deaths to January 6th riot. Oh, you mean 5 Capitol cops y'all killed to cover up fucking evidence is what you mean on that one, you piece of shit, Merrick Garland? I think exactly what you mean, you son of a bitch. And you got fucking bitch-ass Pete defends rosy air travel predictions, everyone recovered but Southwest. Claims his private flights save taxpayer money. We do consider the environment. Fucking no you don't, you sack of shit lying douche. Oh my god, man. Y'all remember crackhead Howard Dean, right? The guy that was like, yeah. Oh no, never mind. This is a different chick. This is Magdalene Dean, Democrat, claimed that Trump's 2016 candidacy was into the GOP. No, it's called the beginning of the fucking mega movement, assholes. There's a big difference there. And GOP was dead decades ago. See, pro-life group launches private investigation into firebombing after months waiting for the FBI to do so. Yeah, because the FBI is a fucking shit show is what it is, dude. They'd rather sit there and fuck with people like me for thought crimes than actually investigate actual fucking terrorism in this country. Then you got Colorado Democrats office focused on damage control after urging 31,000 foreign nationals to vote. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm pretty sure that chick is the Secretary of State of Colorado, by the way, right now, dude. That ugly asshole. Like, good lord, bro. This country is fucked, man. I'll tell you what. Honestly, I say we do whatever the fuck we want at this point, dude. That's what we should be doing, honestly, right now. You know, it's just like New York defying the Supreme Court ruling the other day and being like, "No, we're gonna do whatever the fuck we want on guns and stuff like that." It's like that's what the American people should be doing at this point. It's like, you know what? Fuck you, ATF. Fuck your bullshit, fucking NFA and stuff like that. We're gonna do what the fuck we want now. Fucking come for us, bitch, and see what fucking happens, kind of thing. You know. Just to be clear, just so that we're clear on that whole thing, that is not a threat. That is not me opening an invitation to people to come to my home and do things to me, man, because I don't actually own any NFA weapons, nor would I ever own any NFA weapons for that matter, nor would I ever have any tax stamps for NFA weapons or anything that would be related to NFA stuff, is what it is, dude. All my shit's legal. It's all been purchased legally. Feds fucking know what I have at this point if they wanted to know, dude, because of serialization and stuff. I mean, hell, they basically showed me as much when they came out and fairly swatted me that day, and they're sitting there clicking off fucking numbers of serial shit, dude, is what it is. Of things I bought at different gun shops and stuff. So, but yeah, it's a bunch of crap entirely, dude. I think we're all just sick and tired of all of it, dude. Is what it is. I know I am at this point. And I don't think our country's going to get any better anymore, dude. I think we're just going to get worse and worse as time goes by. You know, we're already in January 2023. They're already showing what a fucking bread and circus clown show that federal government's been forever at this point. Actually, the only good thing that's came out of the last couple of days is you had people like Representative Matt Rosendale talking about just how government fucks us over is what it is, dude. And he was talking specifically about Maxine Waters and company there, and how they'll be doing quote unquote like fly-ins where they fly their private jets in there and shit like that on like a Monday. Have a couple people come together in leadership roles, go over like 20 or 30 bills is what it is, and then proceed to basically have 2 to 3 people debate them on the House floor and stuff like that and be like, okay, everybody vote unanimously? Yep. Okay, cool. Oh, we can do proxy voting now? Okay, cool. Yep, we're good to go then. No, fuck that. Have 435 people get off their fucking lazy asses, go to fucking Congress there, debate the goddamn bills, or don't have a fucking job anymore is what it is, dude. Or better yet, like I've said before, y'all stay in your fucking congressional districts Monday through fucking Friday, figure out what the American people in your congressional district need, and then you take that fucking shit to Congress on a fucking Saturday and you debate it on a fucking Saturday, dude. And you get it done on Saturday. And if it happens to be that you have to go to Sunday as well, dude, then you fucking do it on Sunday as well, bitch. And you work 7 days a fucking week is what it is, bro. And then your ass leaves on Sunday, goes back to your congressional district for sometime Monday, or if it happens to be you need some sleep or whatever the case be on that Monday, whatever the case be, then start on Tuesday again. That's what it is, dude. And go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then take your ass back to Congress on Saturday and do it all over again is what it is, man. And I guarantee you, if we actually had a functioning government that way, you would have such a better government in this country right now, dude, is what it is. You wouldn't have a bunch of fucking criminal scumbag bullshit, dude, where it's all insider trading and everything else like that. You would have an actual constitutional republic, not some fucking BS democracy, as the fucking Democrats and dumb motherfuckers always wanted to say about it, dude. It's like, no, we are a constitutional republic that has a Democrat voting process in it. There's a big difference there. The real issue is that we're not even that anymore. What we are is an oligarchy of sorts with these fucking douchebags that want to sit there and fuck us over, is what it is, dude. And that's the problem in a nutshell right there. And that's my biggest problem with all of it, dude. It's this kind of bullcrap we're seeing every single time right now. And enough is enough of it, man. So anyway, I don't know anymore. I know that the man formerly known as E Honda now is going to be starting a new series this coming Sunday, though, called Mark My Words. And let me tell you right now, dude, I'm going to start saying some stuff on that says, Mark My Words. We are going to see some crazy shit this year and stuff like that during that show. I'm going to start doing, I'm actually going to do that like all throughout the fucking, that Sunday show, dude. I'm just going to be like, mark my words, in 6 months, we'll see this thing happen. It'll be various stuff when it comes to Ohio scandals and shit, dude. So, because I feel like that's truth right now, honestly, dude. Like, give it till, July or so, and I guarantee something's going to pop off right now in the state of Ohio, dude. And if it doesn't, again, wait another 4 to 6 months, something else is going to happen then if that be the case, dude. But like I said before, man, when it comes to people like Allison Russo and Casey Weinstein and stuff like that, dude, they should have been investigated years ago at this point. The fact that the federal agents out there haven't done that yet, hell, the fact that fucking actual state cops right now haven't done it yet, or sheriff's officers for them haven't done it yet, is bullshit too, because it's like, dude, there is more than enough evidence there for the Franklin County Sheriff currently and his deputies, or her deputies, well, I'm not even sure if Franklin County Sheriff is right now, honestly, because I don't live in that county. But their deputies should be out there doing that job and investigating these fucking people. Or hell, if not them, then fucking Dave Yost's office as AG should be investigating them, dude. Like, we know you have the fucking power. We know you have the actual financial ability to do so, bro. If you have to hire some more people in there, do that then. Hire 2, 3, 4 people in there to do fucking various finance auditing and stuff like that, dude, and various, like, essentially, IRS kind of shit is what it would be then, dude. And just be like, okay, we need some, like, bookworm people to go out here and do, like, fucking various, records and shit like that. Okay, cool. And you just have them find it, and it's like, oh, shit, we found some stuff. And I guarantee they're going to find some weird inconsistencies and stuff like that, dude, in bank accounts and other stuff like that, if you actually did that kind of shit. Where it's like, hey, where's this mysterious, like, $30,000 coming from? Hey, where's this, like, $27,000 coming from 2 days after Allison Russo was seen on camera with Mom's Man Action and stuff like that, dude? Like, it's not that hard to figure out, bro. Why does Allison Russo now have a second home in some other part of Ohio or another state for that matter, dude? That's like $150,000 or something like that. Gee, I wonder. Maybe it's because she took a bunch of money from Michael Bloomberg and Shannon Watson shit, dude. Like, fuck me, I don't know if she actually does have these things, by the way. I'm just making that as an example at this point, just to be clear on that one. It wouldn't surprise me if she did, though, honestly, dude. I don't know about everything about Allison Russo, what it is, dude, but I know she's a fucking criminal. That's the one thing I do know, is that she literally has committed crimes on camera at this point in the state of Ohio and has yet to be investigated for that stuff. She's also a rabid anti-gun fucking cunt who's literally bought and paid for by Michael Bloomberg, Everytown, Mom's Man Action, and Planned Parenthood. That's who's funding her campaigns for the last fucking several election cycles, dude. And it's disgusting. She is one of the most disgusting fucking perverted people in this entire state, dude, when it comes to all the trans shit, all the fucking baby killing stuff, all the anti-gun shit, everything else for that matter, dude. And it's why I can't stand her fucking face, dude. Because she is such a fucking raging cunt, dude. And for those wondering exactly who I'm talking about here, I'm going to go ahead and grab a picture of Allison Russo real quick just so you can see exactly who I am referring to. Let's see here. Talking about this dumbass blonde right here. That's what I'm talking about. She is just a raging fucking leftist nutter, dude. Honestly, what's funny is looking at that picture with her and when she was running against Mike Carey for federal Congress. That's pretty much how she is, dude. She's just a dumbass. She is literally like resting bitch face and just a dumb bitch is what it is, dude, for real. Like, again, that alone right there, when she was running for higher office, should have kicked her out of lower office, dude. She should never been allowed to run for office again in the state of Ohio after that, dude. It's like, no, you ran for federal office as a special election. Get the fuck out of here. You're not state rep anymore. Fuck you. She's the hypocrite fucking cunt, dude. And then she claims to be a doctor, too, for that matter. Fucking joke. Just because you have a doctorate doesn't make you a doctor, lady. Just like that bitch Jill Biden is what it is, man. And then, of course, you got that dumb motherfucker Vernon Sykes, whose daughter is now a representative-elect in federal Congress. Amelia Sykes, who's also a black supremacist, just like her fucking asshole father is, dude. And it was these two dipshits that was Sykes and Russo were the two dipshits on the Ohio election map redistricting committee and stuff like that, dude, is what it was. So, yeah. It's just a bunch of shit entirely, dude. Who's to say I haven't already? And I'm not going to let all my cards on the table right now. So I'm going to leave it at that right now, honestly. I'll tell you what, it's very hard to build a case. It very, very much is hard to become a thing, dude. So, but yeah, it's very, very hard to build a case when it's, as I talked to people before, it's like, they've even said it, dude, it's like when you have just an envelope, it's like very hard to prove there's like an envelope full of cash. There's what it is. Especially when it disappears very, very quickly after that, man. So I'd rather, honestly, at this point, I'd much rather do my own work and have a one county, one rep thing going on in the state of Ohio. And we just get rid of people that way is what it is. It's much easier to do it that way. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the day, though. I've got some stuff I got to do, and I'm pretty tired, so I'm probably going to go to bed here pretty quick. But other than that, that's where we're at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.